The next topic that we are going to see is about the communication process. Now, this process, this communication you are doing every day, every moment, every minute you are doing this communication process, isn't it? You are talking with your mom, you are talking with that your dad and everybody. अभी भी कुछ लोग जब मेरा लेक्चर चल रहा होगा वो जेस्चर से कुछ ना कुछ बता रहे होंगे अपने मम्मी को, बोल रहे होंगे मम्मी मुझे पानी चाहिए, पानी देना, या फिर किसी को भूख लगी होगी वो कुछ मांग रहा होगा खाने के लिए, and something of that sort. So the communication between you and your parents or your friends or maybe your brothers and sisters who are sitting around you. Somebody was in car, I think so. Shreya, somebody was in the car, so she must be telling her dad, wait, don't drive. There is some क्या बोलते हैं वहां पे गड्ढा आ गया है, थोड़ा सा रुक जाओ. And so this communication process is going on every time. So you know what? I'm just going to put this communication process in wordings. So you are doing this communication process as at present. I am also doing this communication process with you, isn't it? But we are just going to split this communication scientifically. Scientifically, this communication process can be divided into 7-8 parts. The different parts are sources, messages, encoding of your communication, channels of your communication, decoding of the communication, receiver, feedback, and context. It all starts with your communication process starts with the source and the message. Okay. The source is also known as the sender over here. Okay. The source is also known as the sender of the message. He or she is the sender of this message. The whole process starts from here. Okay. From the sender. What does the sender do? The sender has a message. This person has a message which he wants to transfer to the receiver, right? So the source over here is a sender and he has a message. As I told you last time, the message is nothing but information, idea, it is a fact, it is a concept, it is an opinion, it is a belief. And this information, this idea, this fact, this concept, this opinion, this belief, this sender wants to give this to this receiver. Okay. Now, how this message can be? As I told you, this communication can be in different form. It can be a verbal communication. It can be a non-verbal written communication. It can be a non-verbal symbolic communication. Okay. So he can give a verbal message to this sender. Okay, this sender can give a verbal message. He can give a non-verbal written message, or he can give a symbolic message, right? So he is the sender, okay, and he is giving a message. Okay. Now, once the sender has to give a message, okay, he should be clear of everything about this message. Why, what, who, which, where, when, okay, of that message. Everything about that message should be clear. For example, if I want to communicate a topic with you, if I want to teach you some topic, then I should be clear about that particular topic. I should be clear about the purpose of the message. Why am I giving this message? What is the purpose of me to talk about this message? I should also be, as a sender, this person should be aware of the importance of the message. Okay. What is the importance? Why am I giving this message to this person? Is it important for me to give this message to this person? Is it important for this person, the receiver, who is one of the link in this communication process? Is this receiver is this receiver important in order to receive this message? Okay, is this message important to this receiver also? That also is very important for you to understand. Here you have to remember that the sender, he needs to be confident about the usefulness and accuracy of the message. If the sender himself is not confident about the usefulness of the message, about the accuracy of the message, then he won't be able to pass on that message effectively to the receiver. Okay. Now this is about the first aspect, that is the source and the message. Okay, so source is nothing but the sender, and message is nothing but the belief that he or she is having. Now in the second step, what is happening is, in the second step of the communication process, this sender is now encoding this message. He has to tell something to the receiver. So he is going to formulate that message into some typical wordings. For example, he can encode that message in different languages, and he is going to pass that encoded message further to the receiver. So the next step is what? Next step is nothing but encoding. Okay, so converting that message or information into a format which has to be given, and in that format it has to be given to the communicator. Like I said, this done by your police inspector, sorry, the RTO police, okay, may be having a different meaning. Okay, so what he is doing is, he is encoding the message. He is encoding in the form of a non-verbal by showing the hand. Somebody, I don't know whether you are able to see, आप आपके फ्रेंड से बात कर रहे हो, and your friend is just raising this, he's just doing this in front of you. What he is doing is, he is encoding the message. फ्रेंड से बात, आप आपके दुश्मन से बात कर रहे हो, एंड और यू आर सेइंग टू समबडी, मैं तुझे देख लूंगा. ओके, मैं तुझे देख लूंगा. Encoding of message is something, what are the words? मैं तुझे देख लूंगा means I will see you. If I want to transfer it, if I want to translate it in English, it is what? I will see you. But was this message that he wanted to encode? No, that was not the message. मैं तुझे देख लूंगा, इसका मतलब what you wanted to say was, मैं तुझे बहुत मारूंगा. Isn't it? That was the message that you were trying to encode inside it. What you are doing is, you are trying to encode a message. Okay, you want to tell him, मैं तुझे बहुत मारूंगा, but you're not saying मैं तुझे बहुत मारूंगा. What you're saying, मैं तुझे देख लूंगा. So encoding language is what? मैं तुझे देख लूंगा is an encoding language. Whereas actually the message was what? मैं तुझे बहुत मारूंगा. Right? Are you understanding? So you encode that message in a particular language, in a particular format. It may be Hindi, it may be English, it may be non-verbal kind of a communication, it may be a verbal kind of a communication. So you encode that in a particular format. When you encode that, you have to remember that encoding should be clear and simple. मैं तुझे देख लूंगा, ज्यादा बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है. The message is very clear, the message is very simple. मैं तुझे देख लूंगा. Okay, and there is no communication. You are eliminating all the areas of communication, eliminating all the areas of confusion. Sorry, there is no confusion. The encoding is very simple, the encoding is very clear, right? There is no gap. Now it should be so simple, it should be so clear, okay, and should be so devoid of confusion that the receiver who is receiving the message is what? Easily understanding it. Okay, for example, मैं आपको बताता हूं कि कम्युनिकेशन में गैप कैसे हो सकता है, and how there can be a barrier, and how a person can decode a message wrongly. Okay, आप आपके दोस्त को बोलते हैं चल खाना खाने चलते हैं. Okay, or let us take another example, that you tell your friend, let us go for a movie. That is the thing that you have told your friend, that let us go for a movie. Your friend said fine, he decoded the message. उसने क्या decode किया मैं आपको बताऊंगा नहीं अभी, but your message was let us go for a movie. That was the encoding that you have done. Your friend has decoded, yes, this person is taking me for a movie. He says okay, let us go for the movie. Both of you all reach the theater. Okay, and automatically take out the money and give. he says, यार तूने तो मुझे मूवी में बुलाया, but you have already taken out the tickets and you are going to show me the movie. So the encoding by you was, come for the movie with your own money, with your own vehicle, okay, with your own time, right? Take out your own tickets and just sit along with me. But what he has decoded, my friend is calling me for movie. He is going to take out the tickets. He is going to buy popcorns. He is going to come home and pick up me. He is going to take me to the movie. He is going to drop me at home. While dropping me at home, अगर बीच में कुछ चाय पानी लगता है तो वो भी मेरा दोस्त करने वाला है. Right? And what has happened was, now there has been a communication gap which has been developed in between you and your friend. Right? Understood? So your encoding was different, his decoding was different. So the clear and simple way of communication would have been, friend, kindly come with you, kindly come for the movie. While coming, please do bring your money, please do bring your wallet, so that you can give me the money so that we can take out the ticket, because मेरे पास सिर्फ मेरे लिए पैसे हैं. और अगर तुमको बीच में कुछ भूख लगती है और तुमको पॉपकॉर्न खाने की इच्छा होती है, then my friend, kindly bring the money for the popcorn also. Okay, so this would have been how you could have encoded the message. Okay, so this is what you talk about, the encoding of a message. That is, you change your message into some wordings, etc., maybe gestures, etc., and you give it and you send that message across to your receiver. Now you should take care while encoding. I tell you what care you should be taking. So you should take the care of cultural mismatches that are there between you and recipient. You may be saying something else, your recipient may be understanding it in something else, in some other form. Also, it depends upon the knowledge of the subject that the recipient may be having. I may be very good in a particular subject. I may be a master in a particular subject. The other person, the recipient, may not be that. For example, I am talking about cricket with my grandmother, just for an example, or even my mother doesn't know anything about cricket. So if I am talking with her about cricket, she doesn't know about the knowledge of that subject, and I am trying to tell her, अरे वो ये जो है, what you call it, विराट कोहली वो हिट विकेट हो गया. She doesn't know what विकेट किसकी खा. What will she understand the meaning of hit wicket? Across me who are not don't have knowledge about the cricket, they must have also not understood this sentence when I said Virat Kohli hit wicket. But I must have not understood this. Okay, because when I have encoded this message, I have not considered the knowledge about that particular person, about that particular subject. So I have कितना नॉलेज है उस पर्सन को उस सब्जेक्ट के बारे में, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली आई शुड encode the message. If I know that my mother does not have any knowledge about cricket, the encoding would be different. Instead of विराट कोहली हिट विकेट हो गया, what say, मम्मी वर्ल्ड कप की मैच चल रही है, उसमें विराट कोहली एक प्लेयर है, he is a very good player of he is the captain of Indian team. There was a bowler who was bowling, and Virat Kohli went a little bit back, whereby he touched his stumps. अगर उसको मालूम नहीं कि stumps क्या होते हैं, then I should show her कि मम्मा these are the stumps. Okay, और विराट कोहली का पैर उसको लग गया, उसके वजह से वहां उसके बेल्स गिर गए और उसके वजह से वो आउट हो गया. Giving you this message मम्मी, because अगर अभी विराट कोहली आउट हो गया है तो there are chances that Indian team may lose this match. Okay, there are high chances of Indian team losing this match. So our position at this moment in cricket is not proper. This whole message, this whole encoding, I have if the person does not have knowledge about the subject. Whereas if the person knows everything about the subject, the only Virat Kohli hit wicket ho gaya. These are the only few words that I have to say, right? I have to encode my whole this message only 4 to 5 words. Whereas if the person is not having the knowledge about the subject, then what I have to do is I have to encode it in a different fashion, in a different pattern, in a different manner. I have to encode that message. Okay. So a very important successful encoding would be, the success of encoding lies in having the knowledge about the audience. How much audience is having, how much your receiver is having about that subject. According to that, you should encode your message. If the knowledge, if the what you call that, the person whom you are talking with is having ample knowledge about that particular subject, then you can encode in a simple terms, okay, where he is going to understand. If not, if you don't encode it properly without having proper knowledge of your audience, then what is going to happen? Your message is going to fall flat. It is going to be misunderstood. It is going to be dismissed, or it is also going to be ignored. So the first step in your communication process was your source or the message. Okay. The second step is encoding. Do you have any problem up till now? Anybody is having problem? Any question that you want to ask me? Please do ask me question in chat box. Anybody who is having question, please do ask me. I'd be happy to take some few questions over here at this moment. Any questions that you have? It may be related to the topic that we are studying. It may be related to communication. It may be related to any other thing that you may have. Any other question that you have to topic, or have you understood everything? What I was telling you? Waiting for your answer in chat box. Have you understood everything? Whatever I told you? Kindly open your chat box. Kindly write down something. Communication should be a two-way process. अगर आप मुझे कुछ नहीं बताओगे, आप मुझे कुछ नहीं पूछोगे, आप मुझे कुछ नहीं बात करोगे मेरे से, तो मैं मुझे कैसे पता चलेगा? It is just one way process that is going on. Yeah, okay. So this is the form of written communication now that you are doing. That you are trying to give me the feedback, which is the last step. You can say the second last, where you are giving me the feedback. I have communicated with you, and you are giving me the feedback that whether you have understood that topic or not. So once you give the feedback, the communication is over. That is the sixth step of communication that you are doing now, whereby you are giving me the feedback. Okay, fine. Yeah, I have given the not fine, no problem. Let us. Okay, there was some very interesting question. Yeah, let me take that question first. Chirag has asked the question, sir. Even if we are in proper misunderstand, then what? Perfectly correct, Chirag. I agree with you. Now, many a time, the communication is done by with your it is your belief that you have done that communication proper. Okay. Many a time he misunderstands us. There are many reasons for it. We are going to study that when we study about the barrier of communication. Okay. There are many barriers that come in communication, and then the person misunderstands you. You're trying to say something, and the person understands something. Chirag, this you will find many a times once you get married, कि आप कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं आपकी बीवी को, और आपकी बीवी कुछ अलग अलग ही समझती है, and then she starts quarreling with you. Happens with me many a time. Okay. अब अरे अरे बाबा, मैं वो कहना ही नहीं चाह रहा था. I was trying to say something else. I know my wife very well. I know her knowledge about the particular subject. I know everything about her. Being with her many years? Near about now 20, 22 years I have been with her. But still, when I communicate with her, I say something else and she understands something else. That usually happens. Okay. And that is the fun of communication, whereby whatever you are saying is being misunderstood. That is the reason why. Okay. Now between husband and wife, between friends, or between your siblings, when there is miscommunication, misunderstanding, it can be easily resolved. It can be easily solved. Okay. But this misunderstanding should not be there when you are having communication with your bosses, when you are having communication with your peers, when you are having communication with your colleagues in an organization setup. This misunderstanding can lead to heavy damages. Try to understand. जैसे आप किसी चीज में आप डीलिंग कर रहे हो किसी के साथ, right? And while dealing, you have communicated with him something, and he understands something. That may lead to heavy losses, isn't it? And that is why the written communication becomes very important at that time. So what you usually do is, if you remember, if you know, आप बात करते हो किसी से, and if it is a very important communication, what you tell that person, wait, we have discussed this orally, but now let us write it down on whatever we have discussed, and let us sign it properly. And that is the time that the language that you use is very different, isn't it? You use very legal language. You try to carefully choose you try to elaborate the thing very properly. And when you do that, you yourself find कि अपने जो ओरल कम्युनिकेशन किया था और हम जब अभी रिटन कम्युनिकेशन कर रहे हैं, दोनों में बहुत फर्क है, isn't it? After doing the written communication, you will find कि yes, now the things are very, very clear. So earlier, I was thinking that I have communicated everything nicely, like you said. सर मैंने तो अपनी तरफ से बराबर कम्युनिकेट किया था, लेकिन सामने वाले ने मिसअंडरस्टैंड कर लिया. लेकिन बेटा इसमें एक चीज आपको देखनी है कि whenever you are communicating, the communication should be so much clear that the other person understands it totally. Okay, here comes the encoding factor. How you are encoding that message is very, very important. I should not use words and I should not use jargons. बहुत डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स, बहुत डिफिकल्ट जार्गन्स में मैं बात कर रहा हूं और सामने वाले को पता ही नहीं चल रहा. ओके, सामने वाले को ही डजंट अंडरस्टैंड मराठी. ओके, एंड आई एम टॉकिंग इन मराठी. मी काय म्हणतोय तुला समजलं का रिगार्डिंग कोडिंग, मेसेजच्या एन्कोडिंग बद्दल. एन्कोडिंग मध्ये आपण जो मेसेज आहे तो एका वेगळ्या फॉर्मॅट मध्ये ठेवतो. I am talking in this language, but there may be many students. There is a student from Chandigarh, if I am not wrong. There is a student from Jharkhand. Is not able to understand this language. For me, I have communicated nicely. Are you understanding? From my point of view, I have communicated very nicely. The student should understand. Okay. I think so. I hope you you got the answer. So finally, Chirag, you have to remember, if the person misunderstands the communication, though it is because of his less knowledge, though it is his problem, but still you have the mistake lies with the sender. It is the responsibility of the sender that the communication should be reached to the receiver properly and he doesn't misunderstand it. So as a sender, it is your responsibility. One thing, जब आप receiver हो जाते हो, now this is when you are sender, it is your responsibility to communicate properly. जब आप receiver हो जाते हो, then it is your responsibility that whatever the sender is sending you the message, you decode it properly. Okay, you decode it properly. He is encoding the message. You have to decode the message. You decode it properly and you understand a message. Okay, if you are not able to properly decode the message, then you have to ask him question. Bhai ruko, you have told me something, but I have not understood it. Like, if you have not understood what I am communicating with you, then you should stop me. Sir, wait. You are going too fast. Okay. I have not understood what you are saying. Please repeat. So it is your responsibility to stop the other person. So as a sender also, you have the responsibility that you encode the message properly. At the same time, when you become the receiver, it is your responsibility to decode it properly. And if I am not able to decode it properly, then you have to speak with the other person. So finally, the responsibility lies with you only. Got it? I hope so, Chirag. I am clear in whatever I have said. There is another question. Again, a very nice question. Is it important to be a good listener or a good communicator? Very, 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 very fantastic question, Ishwari. I should appreciate. For a communication to be successful, it is very important to be a very good listener. And being a good listener is very, very difficult, I tell you, Ishwari. It is the most difficult task to become a good listener. We are going to see the barrier in communication. That time we are going to see that a person जो आदमी बोलता है, okay, he usually the number of words that he says, maybe say 50 to 60 words he will be saying in 1 minute. Okay, that many words he may be saying in 1 minute. Whereas the listener, he can grasp near about 180. A listener can listen to near about 180 words, whereas a speaker can speak only near about 60 to 70 words. So there is a huge gap that lies between a listener and a communicator and a sender. So the sender can send only few words, whereas the listener can listen to many words. So there is a time gap that lies in that. Yet time gap, okay, because of this time gap, what happens is the mind of the listener gets diverted here and there, okay, and is not able to listen properly. In a successful communication, जितना रोल कम्युनिकेटर का है, जितना रोल सेंडर का है, उससे ज्यादा रोल लिसनर का है. Please remember, a communication is successful only and only if the person who is in front of you is listening to you. Listening, but is actively listening to you. If he doesn't listen to you, then the communication is going flat. यहाँ पे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, okay, और लोगों ने suppose for an example they have put their what you call that, their online webinar on. This is on, and they are wandering somewhere else. They are roaming somewhere else inside the house. Then the communication has become zero. There is no communication that is taking place, because here the sender is there. If you see over here, the sender is there, but here there is no receiver. This man does not exist. It is only me who is existing, who is sending the message, but the receiver is not there. And if the receiver is not there, there is no one to listen, then the communication is going to fail. It is not going to get completed. Okay, very nice question, Ishwari. Now moving ahead to the next aspect, next what you call that process of communication is the channel of communication. Now what is the channel of, what do you mean by channel of communication? It is nothing but the medium through which you are giving or you are receiving the message. Now this channel can be seen when somebody is giving doing a non-verbal communication. It is the channel may be seeing, like you are seeing me. It is a way of communication. This is the channel of communication. The channel of communication that we are using now, okay, is online. We are using online channel of communication through internet using a WebEx software. So this is our channel of communication as of now. So you are seeing me, you are hearing me, you are not able to touch me. Sometimes touch becomes a channel of communication. आपका आपका दोस्त, आप तीन दोस्त बात कर रहे हो एक दूसरे से, सामने वाला कुछ कहता है, एंड व्हाट यू पिंच योर फ्रेंड, isn't it? Pinch your friend, what you're trying to give is, you're trying to send some communication. देख कितना बकवास मार रहा है, देख कितना फेक मार रहा है वो, isn't it? That is what you're trying to tell that person, कि कितना झाड़ रहा है, कितना नॉलेज झाड़ रहा है अपना. So what you do is you just press the hand of your friend slowly, and he understands. So that is the communication that is going on between you two friends when the third person is talking. That is touching. The communication can be in the, okay, it can be in the form of taste, isn't it? So that, if you take verbal communication, depending upon the depending on what kind of communication you're doing. If you take verbal communication, then this video conferencing, that whatever we are doing is nothing but verbal communication. The face-to-face meeting that you are having, you stand in front of your friend is standing in front of you, and you both are discussing with each other. That is nothing but a face-to-face communication. Telephone is another form of verbal communication, where you pick up the phone, you dial the number, and you talk with your friend. So telephone becomes a channel of your communication. Your internet is becoming the channel of communication. In face to face, you both standing in front of each other becomes a channel of communication. Okay. This is all regarding the verbal communication, the channels. You have written communication, and the channels of written communications are going to be different. In written communication, your email is going to be the channel of communication. Your SMS that you're doing is going to be the channel of communication. Your Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, they are going to become the channel of communication. The letters that you write down and you post are going to become the channel of communication. The memos, the reports that you're giving is nothing but the channel of communication that you're doing. Okay. So there are different channels of communication depending upon whether it is a verbal communication, whether it is a written communication, whether it is a communication with the help of gestures. Okay. Now these channels of communication should be chosen very carefully. Each and every channel of communication has its own strength and weaknesses. For example, the example that is taken over here, there is some sensitive information. That sensitive information you are going to know, not going to write down to your friend, but you are going to pick up the phone call, and you are going to call him up, and you are going to discuss with him, or you are going to discuss the sensitive message, या कोई सीक्रेट बात आपको कहनी है उससे, isn't it? You are not going to write down a letter and give him the proof कि ये सीक्रेट बात मैं तेरे को बता रहा हूँ. Instead, what you are going to do is you are going to pick up the phone, and you are going to call him and talk to him, or you are going to talk to him in on face to face, and then you are going to give him the message. Whereas if there is some memos, if there are some reports that you have to give, then that you are going to give via email, okay, via a written communication. So depending upon what is the communication, depending upon that you are going to choose the channel of communication. For example, मुझे पानी चाहिए, तो मैं व्हाट्सएप चैनल ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन नहीं यूज करूंगा अपनी वाइफ को बताने के लिए. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू व्हाट्सएप पर, dear wife, I require a glass of water, can you please give me a glass of water? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a face-to-face communication. I'm going to call her up, hey, so and so, kindly give me a glass of water, isn't it? So depending upon what is the communication, depending upon that you are going to choose the channel of communication. If there is some communication whereby you require the response after 10 days, you can definitely write down a letter, you can definitely write down an email, and you can wait for the letter to reach them, for him to read that, and then to respond. But whereas if I want to make a decision which is very quick, I am sitting over here, the dean sir is sitting somewhere else, and I want to make a decision, quick decision. I'm not going to write him a letter. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up the call. Okay, I'm just going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call him. I'm going to ask him, sir, this is the problem. I require your feedback on this. Can you give me the feedback? And then what he's going to give me is feedback on it. And immediately I'm going to get what? I'm going to get response, right? But if there is something that can wait for 10 days, then I can definitely write down a letter. I can post a letter which is going to reach to him, and then he can give me the feedback. Okay, got it? So depending upon what is the communication, how important is the communication, okay, depending upon that I am going to choose the channel of communication, right? जैसे मैंने आपको बताया टच, आप इमीडिएटली उसने कुछ कहा, वो कुछ बोस्टिंग कर रहा है आपका फ्रेंड, इमीडिएटली आप क्या करते हो, टच करते हो आपके फ्रेंड को, आपके फ्रेंड को पिंच करते हो, isn't it? That is a immediate what you call that communication that you want to do. You don't want to wait for a longer period of time. You don't want your friend to go back and then you tell your friend अरे वो बोस कर रहा था, नहीं, आपको तभी के तभी कर रहा है. So what is the method, what is the channel you have used? The channel that you have used is of touch. The channel you have used is of pinch. So this is the third process of communication, that is the channel. Okay. Now depending upon the communication, you can classify the channels of communication. You have visual channel of communication, that is facial expression, the body language, your postures, your gestures, okay, these all are nothing but the visual channel of communication. You have auditory channel of communication, whereas spoken word, sound, telephone, mobile, okay, audio content, okay, radio, voicemail, these all become the auditory channel of communication. You have tactical channel of communication, whereby the touch, sensation, these all become the tactical channel of communication. And you can have the combine of both this. You can have audio visual kind of communication, whereby I'm making the gestures also. So I'm moving my hand, whereby I'm making the gesture. So you get the audio communication. You are seeing me is nothing but a visual communication. You seeing me is a visual communication, as well as so that is audio visual kind of in communication, combination of audio as well as visual. Okay. So the if you want to console some person, किसी के घर में कुछ problem हो गया, you go to that person, you keep a hand on his shoulder and you also speak with him. Okay, so keeping the hand on his shoulder and at the same time speaking is the combination of two things. It is a combination of the tactical channel also, and is a combination of your auditory channel also. Okay.